What's up guys, it's Brian from Jim Koi. So we are actually on our way to go visit one of the local chefs here in Houston. He actually has a meal prep company. He has all different kinds from like paleo style of meals. So basically it's like chicken, beef, I think they have fish, everything you think of. It's all vegetables as well with it, or to go there and check it out. So bring you along with me. We'll see you guys in a bit. You can order for the week. Say if you're actually kind of on the go and don't have time to cook, or and just want a healthier option instead of going to go get fast food, or just kind of anything to just kind of snack on, or avoid eating popcorn at the office or something. This actually is a great alternative. He has everything from chicken to steak to fish with all of the healthy sides, with green beans, with sweet potatoes, broccoli. Definitely looking forward to go seeing him and kind of show you exactly how he kind of runs his shop. And we're gonna bring you along and see how you like it. So be right back.
Hey, what's up guys? Chef Adrian here from Complete Eats. We are a business that offers a complete spectrum of food events, from catering to private parties, private dinners. One of our divisions is the healthy meal prep, where we take your everyday healthy foods and take them to the next level chef quality. So today I'm going to show you guys how I whip up my bison and squash. We're going to do it with a homemade marinara sauce, all natural, simple ingredients, lean meats, and great flavors. Bottle in 24 hours or less. That's smooth and nutty, no bitterness. Dark bottle. Love the Atavia olive oil. Go grab a bottle of it. A little bit of yellow onion. Use that for my Italian cooking. A little bit of fresh garlic. Of course, smash the cloves open, get all those oils going. And we'll just brown that for a couple of minutes. We're gonna add in our plum whole peel tomatoes. You guys can get these organic and you can get them canned. You can possibly find them in your produce department at your grocery store. So that's really up to you. So the idea here is to kind of let all of this simmer till the olive oil I added actually turns red and all those flavors have infused. And so you know you've got some good herbage going on with all that. So into the skillet that'll go. Now to flavor up the sauce, because it's really neutral and really bland, we're going to use a little bit of roasted garlic, fresh cracked pepper, and some, of course, sea salt. You can go heavy on this or you can go light depending on what your salt level you want it to be. That's really up to you. I've got my fresh herbs, thyme, rosemary, grow them in my own little pot by the window there. They're fragrant, they're beautiful. You can either chop these and add them to your sauce. What I like to do is just throw them right in the mix while everything's simmering and let those flavors really develop. I've even got a little twist today. We're gonna do some Thai basil. It's a little sharper than regular basil. It's got sort of this little spice to it, some really beautiful purple buds. It's even meaner looking than regular basil. That leaf is wicked. So a lot of that will go in there. Again, we'll let that simmer till the olive oil turns red. And what we're gonna do is take the herbs out and we're just gonna smash up those tomatoes with a wooden spoon, a big fork, and just leave it really nice and chunky. We're also gonna add in a little bit of basil paste just for some extra flavor, a little bit of good fat, really fragrant and sweet. So that goes right into the mix. Look at the colors here. It's all simple, individual ingredients. You can pronounce everything that's in this sauce and you can make it in really big batches. Dinner time comes around, start with this exact same base, add a little bit of chicken stock or even some good water, maybe a little bit of salt. I have a great soup with this as well. All right, so we're gonna have a nice balance of roasted garlic, salt, and pepper in the tomato sauce. You've gotta have a little bit of heat. If you don't like spicy food, it doesn't have to be hot. It just needs to have a layer of flavor in there. So a little bit of red pepper flakes goes into the mix. You can get these at any grocery store. Add them to all your dishes just to give it that nice level of heat. Got your roasted garlic, salt, black pepper. That garlic will soften up and kind of reconstitute itself once it gets into the sauce. And even though we're cooking with fresh herbs, you still want to back it up with some good dried ones. So I have one of my favorites, Herbes de Provence. It's got lavender, thyme, rosemary, a little bit of dried basil. It smells really good. Little tip, when you're doing dried herbs, they still have all those good oils inside, so give them a good crush and it releases all that oil out. And there you have it, a good fry. So once everything is stewed for a while and that oil's turned red, we're just gonna take a good giant fork. I'm gonna smash up those plum tomatoes. I'm gonna leave that sauce really nice and chunky. You can adjust your salt level, your fresh black pepper level to your own liking. Those garlic cloves, you can take them out, you can reuse them, crush them, chop them, blend them into a dressing. So everything in here is still pretty reusable. We're gonna remove all those herbs because all that flavor is already married into there. You can still use those, grind those up, add them to it as well if you'd like. And we'll move on to our protein. So we've got some good, lean ground bison, something new and hot you can find in all the grocery stores. It's got about 11 grams of fat per 4 ounces of serving. Not too bad, high protein. Of course, you want to get the either grass-fed, no antibiotics, no hormones, something really important when you're picking your proteins up. We'll just add that to the skillet. We're not going to add any oil to it. It's got enough fat already to cook on its own, so you don't have to add any extra calories. We'll keep it simple with a little bit of sea salt, but just like we talked about elevating your healthy foods earlier, we're going to add a little truffle zest to this. This is one of my favorite ingredients of all time. It's a black winter truffle, which, as you may or may not know, are the most expensive. Harvested in Italy and sent to us here in the States, ground up. A little bit of carrot powder. It's almost like a ground bouillon without all the salt, all that potent flavor. So a little of this will go into the bison. You don't need very much, of course, I'm sure you know. Very heavy stuff. Nothing wrong with a little coarse sea salt. And we'll just brown all that up till it's golden and crisp on the edges.
Start complete eats.
So for me, aside from food being my first passion, I was an overweight kid, so fitness became my second passion. And one of the things I think people lacked was the knowledge of a good diet and their connection with healthy food being flavorless, bad, and basically torture to eat.
Right.
So I grew my passion for food as a chef by still maintaining my passion for fitness, and I thought, let's combine the two together and really give people something to bite into, no pun intended, that tasted amazing and still help them achieve their goals. So you ask me, it's a win-win situation. It's the best of both worlds. You've got great flavors from a chef perspective and great healthy choices from your trainer's perspective. So naturally, we want to replace our carbohydrates, which would be a good pasta, for something a little lower calorie and less full of carbs. So we're going to take a little bit of squash. You can use yellow and green, zucchini as well, even spaghetti squash. First, give it a good swirl. You get these big, beautiful spirals coming out of that. And what we'll do is we'll just add a little bit of sea salt to it to drain all that moisture, and then we'll saute it up, and that'll be the base for our dish. So zucchini, all the moisture has been taken out of it. We're going to saute that up and a little bit of olive oil, just a splash of it to give it some fat. Give it a golden brown color. We'll toss it in the sauce. We don't pour the sauce over the top. True Italian style, we got to toss it in the sauce. We'll let it simmer for a little bit in that red sauce, mix it with that ground beef, and we'll have a beautiful, lean, clean, low-carb Italian dish, homemade from scratch, no additives, no preservatives, and full of gourmet flavor. Let that simmer for a couple of minutes. It'll pick up some of the flavor of the sauce, and we'll be good to go. Get that nice golden color here on the beef. Smell of the truffles, a little bit of sea salt goes a long way. Keeping it lean, you can see there's not a lot of fat in the skillet. It's cooking in its own fat that it already has. So that's going to be a really good low-cal sub for ground beef. You could do this with ground turkey, ground chicken. You can do a nice chicken breast. Salmon is amazing with this as well. Keep it medium rare. Sear it for about 3 to 4 minutes aside. Serve it over this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good fats. Let's plate it up. A low-carb, all-natural, fresh-made, lean, clean dish. Beautiful flavors, no additives, no preservatives, just good flavor, elevated and healthy.
So guys, there you have it. Pretty much everything was just made right here in front of you. I mean, all fresh ingredients. I mean, you saw Adrian just kind of cooking up a storm. So Adrian, thanks so much for having us and really showing everybody how you make things.
It was my pleasure, man.
It was awesome. I can't wait to eat this up, and it's just gonna be great. So I'm sure everybody else who's watching is just like, oh my God, this is amazing. So make sure you check it out, guys. Complete Eats. The link will be in the description to his website. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. And thank you so much for watching.
Stay healthy. Thank you.